Okay, in this video I'm going to show you a tie-in of a franc snaelda, which was originated by Sean Stanton. So I'm going to show you from start to finish. First of all, this is the tubes, franc snaelda, and they are 14mm tubes without the flange. So basically you get your tube which has no flange on it, and that's your tube there. Basically what you want to do is put a bit of silicone sleeving on there's a tapered end on it, and you want to slip your silicone sleeve over the back of it and push it on so you have that, and then trim your silicone sleeve to leave enough for your hook. So it doesn't have to be that long, probably about in around a centimetre. That's what you're left with. The next part is, you can line the tubes after. I lined them before. A 1.8mm inner tube, and slide it up through the centre of your tube and out through the back of the silicone, and at which point you want to burr the end of the liner and pull it right through until it's tight up against the brass on the inside. And then at this end, this is the non-flanged one, so it's for a cone head. So what you want to do is leave about 3/4 of an inch to work with. You don't want to leave yourself too short. So the end result is that. Okay. So I'm going to slip this into the tube fly tilt and clamp it down so it doesn't twist or move, and that's us ready to start tying. So just start your thread and it'll work its way into the grooves that are on the tube, and the tube's also tapered to help you form the shape of a francis or a snaelda. So basically what I use is, this is just a colour combination of my own, but I say it's Sean's design. Black bucktail, take off a good pinch and try and line the tips up. They don't have to be perfect, but I just like to line them up a wee bit more than what they were, and set the hair on top of the tube and catch it in, and as you come around, encourage the hair round the tube as well. So with this piece of hair I've covered the sort of the top half around the tube, if you can see it, and what I want to do is cut another section out for the bottom of the tube. Same process, line the tips up, or slightly line the tips up, they don't have to be perfect, and then I turn the tube upside down and again just even the fibres out with the scissors or a dubbing needle so that they're spread nicely right around the tube. As you can see there, that's at this stage a wee bit of wax in the thread just to give it a wee bit of grip and tidy up a bit. At this point I like to trim the ends away. You can just trim them at a slight angle, and that'll help you to overcome the step between the brass body and the liner tube, because we're actually going to finish on the liner tube. So there's a wee bit of a step there. take it out with thread or a wee bit of material. So I'll take a wee bit out now, so until you have something like that. At this point I like to put a bit of flash in. So this is going to be orange and a purple theme. So 2 strands of crystal hair, tie them on top and fold them back, and then the same at the bottom on each side of the tube fly tail, and tie them in, trim away the waist. At this point I already have pre-stripped these for the video for speed. These are they're just off a Chinese cock neck and they're dyed orange. So I've stripped the stems, and what you want to do is tie in 4 of these. Spread them evenly around the tube. So you've one at the bottom on my side and one at the top, and then I just rotate your vise if you can. Tie one in at the far side at the top, and again one at the far side on the bottom. Don't worry about trimming these or anything yet, just get them tied in and a few turns and position them, just check that they're reasonably even, and once you're happy you can start to bind them in. I trim these just at a slight angle, again just so it tapers away. So we're nearly got rid of the step between the tube and and I just like to get a wee dab of super glue just at that point. Stops the thread slipping down the tube. So what I want to do is I pull the stems all together and take them back so far and trim them. I measure them off a mark on my vise, so that's the length of the tail I want. And the next step is a black Chinese neck cape, and I want to take a feather off it to cloak the bucktail and the orange stems. So select a black Chinese feather, it's dyed black, and tie it into the tip. Come right back, trim away the waist, and I just start to fold the feather with the back of the scissors just to, and at this point fold your hackle on. Probably you're going to get about 3 turns. Or 2.5. Keep them tight, one turn in front to the other, and keep folding the fibres as you go. That's about all I'm going to get. This camera's gone out of focus again. Come on. That's it. So tie that off and secure it down. Tie the stem down the body a wee bit and then trim away your waist. Draw anything back and tie it down. Now for the rib on this I'm going to use a wide, sorry, it's a medium oval gold. So catch the length of that in just below your underside of the body and go right back up against the black hackle. For the body in this you can either use black wool, or in this case I'm going to use Sean's chenille, which is very good. It's a very, very fine chenille for the purpose of these flies. So this is it here. So reveal the cord and tie it in at the back, tied up against your hackle. And now we're ready to make the body. Just taking out this step a bit more. So at this point I just keep it on the card to wind it to save waste. Just keep winding down towards the front of this tube. You'll come on to the liner at this point. And as soon as you come onto the tube, just clear the thread, tie it down, and then trim it. Put down a few turns of thread, and then wind forward your rib. 3 turns is what it usually works. So that's 2, and that's 3. And keep your rib reasonably tight, as tight as you dare, without breaking it, and get 5 or 6 good securing turns in. At this point I'm going to wax the thread a wee bit, and for the hackle on this I'm using a whiting hen saddle. It's an American hen hackle, and it's dyed purple. These are great feathers, very soft and very easy to work with. So all I do is remove the fluid from the bottom and tie the hackle in by the tip. A couple of securing turns, trim away the waste. What you want to do is just fold your hackle on, fold it onto your base of thread that you've put down, one turn in front of the other. These are nice webby hackles, so you're only going to get 1.5 to 2 turns out of it. So once you've your hackle in, tie the stem down and trim away your waste. At this point I'm just going to build up a wee bit of thread, whip finish, and then I'm going to put an orange cone on. So 5 or 6 turns, and then come in with a wee dab of super glue. Just super glue right round. It means it'll not fall apart on you, and it helps to adhere the cone. Now I've got a wee tiny bit of glue in one of these hackle fibres, so that's going to come off. There it is there. And for this, it's just a humour cone, and it's orange in medium, so I'm just going to pop that on the head and hold it for a second until it takes a hold. And at this point I'm going to release the tube fly tool, pull the fly out of the vise. So there you can see if I can focus this, you can see the fly there. that's left to do is trim your liner tubing. Leave about 2mm. Trim it about there. Leave about that much, and all you want to do is burr the end of to flare the tubing. Lick your finger and just gently touch the top, and then push it back onto the needle, just to make sure the hole's clear. And pretty much that's your completed fly. So that is a franc and snaelda on a 14mm Sean Stanton tube. Thanks very much for watching.